taxes doesn't have to feel like solving a puzzle from another dimension. Here's the most basic, step-by-step way to fill out a Form 1040, even if you've never done it before. You'll need your W-2s, any 1099 forms, Social Security statements, mortgage or tuition receipts, HSA or IRA info, your kid's Social Security numbers, last year's tax return, and your bank account details for direct deposit. Fill in your name, Social Security number, address, and your bank info if you want your refund sent straight to you. Choose from single, married filing jointly, married filing separately, head of household, or qualifying surviving spouse. Add names, Social Security numbers, and relationships for any dependents, and mark if they qualify you for child or other dependent credits. Enter wages from your W-2. Add interest and dividends from 1099 INT and 1099 Div. Report stock or crypto sales on 1099B, pensions or IRA withdrawals from 1099R, unemployment from 1099G, and Social Security from SSA 1099. Side gigs go on Schedule C, rentals or K1. Income go on Schedule E. These are above-the-line deductions, like IRA contributions, HSA deductions, student loan interest, educator expenses, half of your self-employment tax, and self-employed health insurance. Take your total income, subtract your adjustments, and that's your adjusted gross income. Either take the standard deduction, which most people do, or itemize using Schedule A if your deductible expenses are higher. Use the IRS tax tables or worksheets. If you have long-term capital gains or qualified dividends, use the special rate worksheet. Apply credits like the child tax credit, earned income credit, dependent care credit, education credits, premium tax credit, or energy credits. If you're self-employed, add self-employment tax from Schedule SE. Include household employment taxes or additional, Medicare or NIT if they apply. This includes any withholding already taken from your paychecks, estimated payments you made, and refundable credits like EITC or the refundable part of the child tax credit. If the result is negative, that's your refund. Give the IRS your bank info for direct deposit. If it's positive, that's what you owe. You can pay online or set up a payment plan. Sign it, date it, and either e-file for the fastest results or mail it in. Keep a copy for your records. Adjust your W-4 or estimated taxes for next year. And keep all your records in case the IRS has questions. Schedule SE is the tax form you use to figure out self-employment tax, the Social Security and Medicare tax you pay when you work for yourself. Employees have these taxes taken out of their paycheck automatically. But when you're self-employed, you calculate and pay both the employer and employee share yourself. The form takes your net profit from self-employment, usually from Schedule C, multiplies it by the tax rates, and tells you how much you owe. You also get to deduct half of it on your Form 1040 as an adjustment to income. It's the IRS's way of making sure self-employed people contribute to Social Security and Medicare, just like employees do. Keyword vocabulary list. Schedule SE, self-employment tax, Social Security tax, Medicare tax, FICA, self-employed, solely proprietor, single-member LLC, independent contractor, gig worker, freelancer. Business income. Net profit, net earnings from self-employment, 92.35%. Employer share, employee share, combined rate, Social Security wage base, maximum taxable earnings, Medicare surtax, additional Medicare tax, Form 1040, adjustment to income, above-the-line deduction, quarterly estimated taxes, tax planning, retirement contributions, Social Security credits, Medicare coverage, Schedule C link, partnership income, K1 income, non-farm income, farm income, minimum income threshold, Form 8959, Form 1040 ES, record keeping, income records, deductions, IRS instructions. Schedule C is the tax form you use to report money you make from your own business or side gig. When you work for yourself and aren't an employee, it's for sole proprietors and single-member LLCs, who are taxed like sole proprietors. You list all the money your business brought in, then subtract the expenses you paid to keep it running. The result, your net profit or loss, goes onto your Form 1040 and is also used to figure out self-employment tax. It's how the IRS sees what your business earned, what it costs to earn it, And how much is left to tax? Ah! Keyword vocabulary list. Schedule C. Sole proprietorship. Single member LLC. Self-employed. Business income. Gross receipts. Sales, returns, and allowances. Cost of goods sold. Inventory. Opening inventory. Purchases. Ending inventory. Ordinary and necessary expenses. Advertising. Car and truck expenses. Commissions and fees. Contract labor. Depreciation. Legal and professional fees. Office expenses. Rent. Repairs. Supplies. Taxes and licenses. Travel. Meals. Utilities. Wages. Home office deduction. Form I-19. Form 4562. Net profit. Net loss. Form 1040. Schedule SE. Self-employment tax. Quarterly estimated taxes. Startup costs. Record keeping. Receipts. Bank statements. Mileage log. Business bank account. Business credit card. Personal versus business expenses. Loss limitation rules. At-risk rules. Passive activity rules. Tax planning. Schedule E is the tax form you use to report money you make from things you own, like rental property, royalties, or certain investments, where you're not running a regular business with it. It's for passive income. Income that usually comes in without you actively working for it day to day. You might get a Schedule E from your own records, or you might fill one out using numbers from a K-1 if you're a partner, an S-Corp shareholder, or a beneficiary of an estate or trust. It tells the IRS how much you earned, what expenses you had, and what your net profit or loss was. The total moves from Schedule E to your Form 1040, so it's counted with your other income. It's a way for the IRS to track income that doesn't come from a job or a Schedule C business, but still needs to be taxed. Keyword vocabulary list. Schedule E. Rental income. Rental property. Royalties. Pass-through income. Partnership income. S-corporation income. Estate income. Trust income. Passive activity. Non-passive activity. Net profit. Net loss. Gross rents. Rental expenses. Mortgage interest. Property taxes. Repairs. Maintenance. Insurance. Management fees. Advertising. Utilities. Show-off fees. Depreciation. Basis. Improvements. Casualty loss. Qualified joint venture. Form 1040. Form 4562. Form 8582. Passive activity loss rules. Material participation. At-risk rules. Carryover loss. Portfolio income. Interest income. Dividend income. Capital gains. K-1 income. Real estate professional. Self-rental. Vacation home rules. Personal use days. Fair rental days. Mixed-use property. Short-term rental. Airbnb income. Royalty income. Copyright. Patent. Oil and gas income. Lease. Sublease. Multi-unit property. Co-ownership. Record-keeping. Tax planning. A Schedule K-1 is a tax form that tells you your share of income, deductions, and credits from a business or investment that passes things through to you. You don't pay tax on the K-1 itself. You use the numbers on it to fill out your own tax return. Partnerships, S-corporations, estates, and trusts send K-1s to their partners, shareholders, or beneficiaries. The K-1 shows what the business earned or lost, and how much of that belongs to you. Even if you didn't actually get the money in cash, you report the K-1 amounts on your Form 1040, usually on different schedules, depending on the type of income. It's the IRS's way of keeping track of what flows from the business to the people who own it. Keyword vocabulary list. Schedule K-1. Pass-through income. Pass-through entity. Partnership. S-corporation. Estate. Trust. Beneficiary. Partner. Shareholder. Ownership percentage. Share of income. Share of loss. Ordinary business income. Rental income. Portfolio income. Interest income. Dividend income. Capital gains. Section 179 deduction. Other deductions. Credits. Self-employment income. Passive income. Non-passive income. Basis. Distributions. Guaranteed payments. At-risk rules. Passive activity rules. Carryovers. Form 1040. Schedule E. Schedule B. Schedule D. Schedule SE. Form 1120S. Form 1065. Form 1041. Due date. Fiscal year. Calendar year. Final K1, amended K1. Box numbers, tax year, allocation, taxable income, non-taxable income, loss limitation, state K1, multi-state allocation, tax planning, filing your